You're nearly at the end of our videos!
Congratulations with putting up with us for about 17 minutes now.
The only thing that's left is how the president interacts with other parts of the government.
After all, the president is not a king. It's important to remember that the president is not responsible for everything the government does. So don't blame Trump for everything.
Because how much our government can suck is a group effort. Learn all about it on...
Procrastinators Videos! Woo! Checks and balances, better known as how different parts of the government can just say no.
Congress can override a presidential veto, for example, which essentially means that the power to create laws still rests with Congress. And if they really want something passed, it can still happen.
Congress also has to approve treaties, which means that the president can't just set up stuff with foreign nations without going through the legislative branch first.
And if the president really sucks, as we've said before, Congress can impeach them.
A simple majority vote in the House puts them on trial.
And after their trial, a 2/3 majority in the Senate convicts them, resulting in their removal from office.
There has never been a president removed from office.
Yet.
The judicial branch doesn't have much effect on the president other than judicial review.
Essentially, the judicial branch doing what the judicial branch does. Saying, no, this isn't constitutional, or yes, this is constitutional. How these different segments of government can shut the executive branch down isn't a one-way street, however.
The president can veto bills, and although Congress can overturn a veto, that usually doesn't happen.
And although the president doesn't always get a chance to appoint a Supreme Court judge, it is the president's responsibility when the time comes.
That means that the president does have influence over the judicial branch.
And the president is technically the leader of the bureaucracy.
Which means that the president appoints executives in the bureaucracy and can issue executive orders.
Executive orders are important because their official task is to define how the executive branch is supposed to enforce existing laws.
The president interacts with different parts of government beyond just the checks and balances, though.
We talked about earlier how one of the hats the president has is chief of legislation.
Although the president technically doesn't have the power to make laws, over the years the president has become more active in their development.
The president sets the agenda. Ever since the invention of radio and the advent of television and media, it has become easier and easier for the president to interact with the public.
This means that if the public likes the president can point the masses in the direction the president sees fit.
It sounds slightly brainwashy, but it's true.
The president doesn't just let the masses have a say in how the executive branch interacts with the legislative branch, however.
The president has to interact civilly with different party leaders of Congress and have discussions and compromise.
After all, the founders didn't expect the president to have much of a role in making legislation anyway.
It would make sense that the president would have to jump through hoops to have any effect.
Could we have possibly said the president more times in the last 30 seconds?
I can try. The president, the president, the president, the president, the president, the president.
And that completes our 5th installment of Procrastinators Videos.
Thank you for suffering through our terrible videos.
We hope you enjoyed, and of course, good luck procrastinating.
The president, the president, the president, the president, the president, the president.
Stop. The president, 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 Vice President!